used to call me Money Man, Danzy Fonzo, Danzy boy.
What's not easy though. It's not what you think. It's not the money stuff. I mean, that can be tough. It's not the changing of the Pampers, all that stuff. It's the mental strain. That people don't talk about it much. Like subconsciously, at all times, I am intimately concerned with what's going on with my babies, where they're at, who they're around, what's happening, what they're being exposed to, are they making good choices? I got 18, finna be 19, all the way down to 4, my 4-year-old over there, 12, 11 living. So it's like, bro, like, it's a lot mentally and emotionally on you, and I'm a very, very active father. I teach every other Saturday. I have like 8 or 9. How many we had recently? Babe? 9 in the house? Jalea was there.
Yes. 9
kids in the house this past 6-7 days. You know, and we're doing Bible study. I'm teaching. You feel me? Like, and praying over them. And before I drop off my little ones at school, we get out the truck and I bring them in a circle, I lay hands and pray over them. You know, and I'm getting calls from school for one. All of them, almost none of them get in trouble, but it's this one. My baby, he's 7, he be getting it. So it's like so much. My oldest one, his career and his choices, right? He's 17, and then my 16, they're getting ready to go to college. My 15-year-old over here, like everybody, bro. And then my daughters don't live with me. And you know how it is with girls. Extremely protective. What they're doing, who they're around, what they're doing. The boys and and social media. Both my daughters are, well, I have 3 daughters, but my 2 oldest ones are 14. I ain't worried about my 5-year-old yet, that stuff. But my 14-year-olds, I'm just like, oh my God.
Man.
And they don't live with me.
So
daddy got structure. So they don't like to come around all the time.
Man, get out
they
my
love
life,
man.
That's
universal, bro.
I'm saying, because I just have one, and all the stuff you said, I'm that same way. I've never, out of the 10 years, I've never not been present.
Facts.
I've not taken certain career moves so that I can be present. I literally, the job I just was telling you about with all the traveling, I just took that now because my daughter is old enough to where
FaceTime and
we can, the communication is there, structure is set, all these things. So I feel more comfortable with being able to go and knowing that anytime she needs me, she can call me. And then I have a support system here with my mother, her grandmother, and her aunties and stuff. So she's surrounded by support to where it allows me to move in that way.
And you're still doing it for her.
Exactly.
This is a career I'm trying to set you up.
But before, I would never. And so the thoughts of, man, what happens when her mom brings a guy into the home?
My God.
What does that look like? So all of these things, like, man, what are her mom friends? What do they expose themselves and their kids to? And when they're with each other, what is she picking up? What is she grabbing? So it's hard for me to multiply that out, and still be able to be highly functional on the job, and still be highly functional, with studying the word, because I'm still coming here and presenting the living word to you. So I'm like, oh man, it's a ministry, bro. And everybody, I believe marriage is a ministry, parenting is a ministry, co-parenting, even parenting children with disabilities. I see all that stuff as ministry. And everybody is not called for certain ministry. And I just know myself, maybe 3-4. I'll be able to rock that. That's a nice little ministry.
The more people in your life, the more they pull from you. The more they pull out of you. It's hard to, this daddy thing, this parenting thing is hard, but I'm so blessed. I got full custody of 3. I've had them 16 and a half years. I got joint custody of 3 other kids. My other 3 babies. So they come over on the weekends or every other weekend. And they come in holidays when there's breaks and things like that. And I will say that it's slightly easier for me now because I have so many big kids. Like I said, I got 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. So that's half of them right there.
Yes.
And they can feed themselves, and
Absolutely.
we go to the grocery store and we're like, watch your little ones.
Yeah.
Watch your brothers and sisters when we're back. We go to the grocery store and things like that. So those things have become easier. But what I've learned having older kids now is my concerns change. My concern for my 7-year-old is different from my concern for my 18-year-old. You know what I mean? He's in the world now. I now have to trust that what I instilled in you, you're going to utilize.
Yes.
And for the older kids, did I instill enough?
Yes.
Because I was a mess when you was 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Yeah.
I haven't always been a good father.
Yes.
I can without boastfulness, I can genuinely say I am a great father.
Yes.
And I still got stuff I'm working on. I'm
sure.
a great husband. I've been faithful to my wife the entire time we've been together.
Yes.
All praise to the Most High.
Yeah.
I'm proud of that.
Yeah.
But there's things I gotta work on.
Absolutely.
I got a list of it.
Absolutely.
And I work on things. I work on myself daily.
Ringing out the heart, man. Can you just speak on a little bit of how important it is to do self-inventory?
Boy, look at it. My wife has to calm me down sometimes because I beat myself up sometimes. Sometimes it turns into a beating yourself up. But I'm just being better today than you were yesterday. And appreciating the moment. And writing things down, man. Things like that are serious. Like I have notes in my phone of personal things that I'm working on. I got a whole little briefcase thing I carry around now that I take notes and things like that. Oh, I also have what did I entitle it? It's like words of wisdom, something like that. I put on my notes, bro. It's like 25 pages.
Wow.
Or more, because that's all I watch. I watch Myron Golden. I don't know if you know who that is.
No.
Eric Thomas, ET, the hip hop preacher. I've been watching him 9 years. Truth Unedited. Go check out his page. I've been watching him for 6 years. He is an impeccable teacher. I keep stuff like that around me. I don't listen to foolish music.
Yeah.
I cut that out 5-6 years ago, bro. Like not even a little bit of stuff. None at all, bro. Things I watch on television, everything. I protect my eye and ear gate, right? And also I don't have a circle at all. It might not be good. You're a part of my circle, but you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah,
I don't regularly hang with anybody.
Yes,
it's just wife and kids. And then I own my barber shop, so I got all these people coming. I can interact with these individuals and have good conversations. But I protect my space. I protect, you know what I'm saying, from toxicity.
Yeah, because it's a kingdom.
Absolutely.
And
Absolutely.
You don't let everybody into the doors of your kingdom.
Facts. I gotta protect it.
Absolutely.
And this is why I'm gonna also share this. Last year, the beginning to middle of last year, I stopped working on Saturdays. I kept seeing stuff and hearing stuff. When the Father's talking to you, when he's like, hey, and it just keeps coming from different avenues. It was the Sabbath. Sabbath. And forget the debate of is it required or not required. It's good. Everything the Most High made is good. Absolutely. Even when Paul's talking about the law, and he's like, these things don't bring salvation. He was like, but should we say that the law is not good or evil? He said, no.
That's not what I'm saying.
The laws of God are very good. He told us not to eat certain things because those things aren't good for our body. Shellfish, I'm sorry black folk. I know we love them. But crabs and shrimp and things like that are bottom feeders. They clean up the ocean. That's what he made them for. They taste good, I get it, but they're horrible for you. They really are. Pigs, clean up crew of the earth, right? So I started to pay more attention to a lot of his laws and principles, and to not follow laws. The opposite of that is to be lawless. Depart from me. I never knew you. You who practice lawlessness.
Absolutely.
Okay. So I see the Sabbath and I'm like, okay, Most High. Because prior to that, we talked about pressure. I started to lose my mind, bro. Like I was having days where I would freak out and just snap. Like my wife finna call Meridian, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Because I was working, I was cutting hair 6 days a week, tons of people. And then when I got off, and then I got all my children that I'm intimately concerned with. I'm going to all the graduations. I'm going to the doctor's appointments. I'm that type of daddy, and then I got a wife I got businesses, you know, my healthy hair oil, my barber shop, like all of this stuff, bro. It can be a lot. And I started to spaz out. The Father kept telling me, you know, showing me the Sabbath. And so I really made it I made it a priority to begin to rest. And I stopped cutting hair on Saturdays. The first month that I had no Saturdays, I made more money than I've ever made in my life.
Wow.
His principles work.
Yes.
If you do this, then this will happen.
Yes.
If you do this, then this will happen. He tells us that all the time.
The clause of if.
Absolutely. His kingdom is no different than the kingdoms we try to set up, right? My kids, there are rules in my house. If you do this, then this will happen. If you don't do this, then there are consequences for said action. Same thing with your jobs and businesses. You have rules and structures and things you must abide by.
Absolutely.
And there's benefits and there's consequences.
Yes.
Right? And the same thing with the kingdom of the Father. So I started to follow that, bro, and it has been a game changer for me. You know, I'm here on the Sabbath because it's lawful to do good on the Sabbath.
Yes.
It's lawful to do. The Pharisees are, they picking corn?
Yeah.
Like little kid, they picking corn on the Sabbath. And he was like, they have a need, bro. Like they're hungry. What are you talking about? I think he said if your donkey or whatever falls into the ditch, would you not get it out? You know what I mean?
We gonna just wait till the next day.
We're just gonna wait till the next day. It is lawful to do good on the Sabbath, so I do good. I take my mother to the grocery store. She doesn't have a car, and it's kind of hard. It's also hard for her to walk and things like that right now. And she's still single. My mom has been single for over 20 years, and you know I'm the only child, so I every week I take her to the grocery store or doctor's appointments. Monday I'm taking her to both. And then, so I have the whole Monday off because I'm taking my mother to the grocery store, doctor's appointment, and then two of my kids have dentist appointments. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, if I don't take those days of rest in Him and rest in Him, study my scripture, have prayer time, go to the gym, play some basketball. This morning I soaked in Epsom salt in the tub. You feel me? And read scripture while I was in there and prayed while I was in there. I gotta keep myself, whenever the plane starts to go down. I've never flown on a plane.
Yeah, don't talk about it.
I gotta
fly on Monday, man.
Planes don't go down. That's never happened in life. You are gonna be okay. But if one was to go down, they tell you to put the mask on yourself first.
Absolutely.
Your mind says, my babies. My wife, I gotta put the mask on. But if you pass out while trying to do that, then everybody going down. Everybody down. So put the mask on yourself first. So it's really good to rest, to do self-reflection.
Yeah, that's good, because in those moments it allows you to. I remember you said the more people you have, you know, they pull from you, and that allows you to be refilled.
There you go.
It allows you to be refilled.
Where did Yahushua the Messiah? Where did he go every morning? Every morning they woke up, they were like, he gone again. He was in the wilderness with the Father.
Because even after teaching, even after pouring himself out for hours, right after that,
what he did,
he went to isolate to be refilled.
Okay.
Yeah. So so we see it not only in the written word, but we also see it through the lifestyle of Yeshua.
That's right.
Yeah.
That's right.
But when we don't do it, then we see all of these consequences of it.
That's right.
Ulcers, aneurysms, heart attacks, strokes. And yes, that comes from eating wrong too, but also if you work 7 days a week, you know what I mean?
That's wild, bro. You're not resting from everything, man. The mental stress can cause a heart attack.
Absolutely.
The number one killer in the country is heart disease. Part of that is stress.
Absolutely.
It's the way we work in this wicked beast system. That's what I call it. I call this a beast system. Work for money, just to pay some bills. And if you miss a day or two of work, something might not get paid. And our kids, but we're in this beast system where the kids go to school all day. The wife and husband go to work all day, and then we have 2-3 hours every evening to spend with each other. And we don't spend it with each other.
No.
Because showers are happening. Dinner's being cooked. The clothes are being washed, what have you. You know what I'm saying? And sometimes most people don't even eat together either. Right? And the kid goes in the room on the game for a little bit, and parents are 10:30. You know what I'm saying? Like, you didn't spend any time together.
No time. And then we try to make up for it on the weekend.
Right. In the Old Testament, so I'm in the Torah right now, I'm in Numbers.
Okay.
I think it was in Exodus or Leviticus where he talks about the men multiple times a year would go collectively and sit before the Most High and receive and then come back and give the instruction and the wisdom and the guidance to the wives and the children. It's in Exodus. Shout out to my wife.
Exodus?
She's raw.
Okay.
I love my wife. She's too raw. Yeah. The men would go. We're not doing that.
No, heck no.
If we do get together, it's sports.
Yeah.
It's cigars and drinking and all this other nonsense. Yeah. We're not getting together and being refilled by the Father and coming back and giving wisdom, instruction, and guidance to our communities.
I've always seen it backwards, where the woman is doing that.
Yeah, yeah.
And when you look at the structure of how he set it up,
that's because the enemy's job is to flip everything on its head. That's why he uses Satan's upside down cross. Everything. He flips everything on his head, right? Watch this. God gives instruction and power to the man. The man has authority and rules over the woman, not in a domineering way.
Yeah.
But he has authority over the woman. The man and the woman have authority over the children, and all of mankind has authority over the animals and everything that's on the earth.
Yeah.
Satan comes and tricks the woman with a creepy crawly thing from the earth. He's a serpent. And then the woman comes and tricks her husband, and then they all disobey God. He flipped the headship on its head.
Absolutely.
The order, he flipped it on its head. And that's why we're in the condition we're in today.
Yeah.
Where men are out of position, men are out of order.
Yeah.
Women are having to take charge and step up.
Which makes them out of position.
Right. And the enemy does things too, like taking the father out of the household in the 50s.
Yeah.
Something called the man of the house rule. Y'all can look this up. When they gave Section 8 and housing to our community specifically, and the man of the house rule was that an able-bodied man cannot live with you at all.
Yeah,
right. And so then the government became the husband. The government became the baby daddy.
Yep.
Free food, free shelter, and then his power was also stripped.
In replace of the physical man.
That's right.
Yep, absolutely. That's very true.
Because part of us is I'm providing for my home.
Yeah.
I'm protecting my home. I'm feeding my home.
Yeah.
But then the government's doing that, and then you have this imbalance of power.
And then if you play that out down to the kids, then you see how the destructive cycle continues.
Yeah, absolutely.
Because now, I see it even out there when I'm just passing by or sitting at the park, at Cone Park or whatever. I see young women, from the ages of 13 down, already got the same habits, and you can play out based off what they're displaying in front of me. If I play that out at 18, 19, 20,
I know where this is going.
They're going to be pregnant,
5,000%.
young, back on section. So the cycle it's literally families out there, generational families out there, where their great grandmother still's out there, their grandmother's out there, their mother out there, and now they're out there with their kids, and all of them still got vouchers, and it's like, whoa.
Yeah, it's not gonna get any better. I mean, according to scripture.
Yeah, absolutely.
This kind of stuff is not gonna get better.
Yeah.
That doesn't mean that we don't do something.
That's true.
We can make an impact.
We
can change our household and everybody around us. It starts in our home, and then you make an impact, be light. I got a kid that I'm mentoring. Again, one of my clients came through. This kid was about to go do whatever he had to get stuff for his new, about to be born baby. He's 18, no Social Security card. He's been trying to get it. I've been trying to help him. Little hiccups have been happening, so he can't find a job. No family. Mom owns drugs and alcohol back in Jacksonville here with his daddy, but daddy, he done burnt bridges with pops. And so last night took a bunch of stuff to him for the baby, the swing and clothes and Pampers, and he was like, "This for me, for real?" And I shoot him money and things like that so he can eat here and there, but it's bad out here for a lot of kids. Like the community is I don't know if you want to have that conversation about the community. I'll be another 2 hours.
Yeah, definitely.
I got information.
Yeah.
I can teach how we got like this, and I have tons of ideas of how to get up out of it. Yeah. I know exactly what needs to be done. But we don't have enough hands on deck. Yeah. Because we're too busy. A lot of us, the people that need to do it are the men. Yeah. And a lot of us are too busy with our own families. Yeah, sure. Once again, I have to work all these days to make this money to support my own family. If there was more incentive, not that we wouldn't do it for free. Yeah. Not that we don't love these other babies in the community. Yeah. But our time is tied up.
Yeah. Or as simple as, having the faith to actually answer the call of manship. Yeah. Because you have to understand it gotta be, like, I wouldn't see men saying, you know what, I'm gonna sacrifice a day to go and do this. Yeah. With these 5 boys. If you had 10 men that said, I'm willing to sacrifice a day to mentor, to talk to, or to, whatever with 5 boys, right? That's 50. Yeah. I just don't see y'all not blessing that. Facts. I don't see him letting your family structure and your life just go downhill because you answer. I just don't see that.
But you know what we also don't have? We also don't have a collective mindset anymore.
That's true.
So let's look at our community. Let's look at the Black community. When we had a common struggle and a common attacker, we were more unified. We had a similar mindset in our community. The morals and the values the ethics of the households were extremely similar. People were churchgoers, they worked hard, they loved their families. A lot of households weren't perfect, but there was similar.
Yes.
That's gone now. And so there are some men out here, there are some organizations, there are some things out here where people are, doing stuff for the community and doing stuff for kids. But with all due respect, a lot of those organizations are trash. Yeah. Because the people who are ahead of it, I'm a bold person.
No, man.
But a lot of the people that are ahead of these things don't have good morals and values.
That's true.
A lot of these football coaches are trash.
Yeah, that's true.
Cursing at the kids, and I don't care what nobody got to comment. The reality is, the reality is, morals and values matter. Yeah. And what you display for the kid is going to give them the instruction on how to behave as well.
You said a big word.
Imagine cursing in the household. Cursing in the household your whole life, and then beating your kid for cursing. It doesn't add up. You feel me? Yeah. And then I'm using cursing as one example, but there's so much that goes on.
You have to actually live the moral and the value that you're teaching.
Yeah, I know some people that that have some organizations, and I like the cats, but I hear them talk about their some of their beliefs, some of their ideals about marriage and family and relationships, or ain't nothing wrong with the kids cursing. 12 years old, 10 years old on the field, ain't nothing wrong with the kids cursing. That's football, man. That's football talk. What? So morals and values go out the window predicated upon what I'm doing at that time. Because he won't do that when he's off the field. Stop. And it's aggravating and it hurts, man, to see so many boys and grown men bodies trying to, and a lot of these cats are doing this stuff for clout. Look at me, I'm a mentor in the community. But you don't actually live. You're not giving the right thing.
It's no different than the conversation back in Romans, the conversation with the Pharisees and the conversation he had with the Israelites. Y'all come from the blood of Father Abraham, but you don't act. You don't have no faith just because you're from the blood. If you don't believe, then you're not being saved. So powerful. You can gather up a group of boys. You may have some resources to fund some games, but you're not actually living what you're trying to instill in them. Yeah. So guess what? It's gonna all be worthless. Yeah. If you telling them certain things is acceptable at certain times, what you instilling in them is warped character. What you really instilling in them is manipulation. Because what you're saying is, in this setting, you can act a fool. Yeah. But when you're out of this setting, I need you to perform.
Yeah. So put on the mask.
Yeah.
And that's another thing, like about my barbershop. That's why I don't have people working with me, because I say that all the time. Like, You know how people be like, I don't care what you do outside of work. When you come here, da da da. No, I care. I care what your personality, your character is like, how you carry yourself. Because that means if you're one way outside of here, you're wearing a mask around me every day. I don't like that.
That's true.
I don't like people like that. I don't wear a mask for nobody, and I don't want to be around people who wear a mask. Like, be yourself, be genuine.
Man, a wealth of knowledge here.
Transparency.
A wealth of knowledge here, man. I can sit here all day. Every time we don't talk, and like you said, it's not like no everyday thing. But every time we do have a conversation, it is thought provoking and it is edifying.
Yeah, boy.
And it leaves me, like I said, when we had the conversation in your shop, I was still dissecting that conversation 2-3 days later.
Let's go.
Yeah, for real, bro.
Yeah, you text me.
Yeah, every time we have a conversation, I'm like, dang, man. I say every time that I have experienced you, the things you talk about, I see you living them.
Yeah.
You talk about keeping your mind, your body, and your soul collectively one.
Yeah.
I see that. There's a lot of times I done passed you, both of y'all, and I see y'all walking.
Yeah.
You got the weights, you out punching.
Oh, you see me?
Yeah, I see, bro.
I just worked out this morning, bro.
Yeah.
35 degrees.
I see a lot of stuff, bro. I'm like, dang, look at Mike. You know, when I do catch y'all in the store, whatever the case is, you can see the unity.
Yeah.
And it's not like, let's put this on because we're gonna walk in Walmart.
Yeah.
You know, you can see the friendship there, between you and your
that all the time.
Yeah, so it's like
25 years we've been best friends, bro.
You can see the things that you're talking about. You're not just talking about them, you're actually living these things out. I seen the picture on Facebook with all your kids for your son's birthday.
Some of my kids wasn't all of them.
Yeah,
they wouldn't all fit in the picture.
Majority of them, the Brady bunch.
Yeah.
But I'm like, man, that's what we need. We need to highlight men that's actually walking what they're talking more. So I want to say thank you for that, man.
Thank you.
Thank you for sitting down today and sharing some of your story. As y'all can see, he got a wealth of knowledge in his head from the experiences and from everything. So this won't be the last conversation. I can definitely see two more parts of this. But,
let's go.
But yeah, man, yeah. So
thank y'all. I appreciate you.
Any last remarks, man? Any last comments?
Remain encouraged.
Yep.
Continue to work on yourself daily, and submit to the will and the authority of the Most High, and follow the principles of the kingdom, because they absolutely work. And let me add this real quick. Doing your own will is Satanism. There's only two kingdoms that exist: the kingdom of the Most High and the kingdom of the enemy. You're not doing your own thing.
That's true.
If you're not submitted to the kingdom of the Father, then you're doing the enemy's will. Period. Because that's exactly how he tempted Eve. You shall not surely die. For God does know in the day that you eat thereof, your eyes will be opened and you will be as God, knowing good and evil. Walking around doing your own will is being your own gods. And that, in fact, is Satanism. So you don't have to draw a pentagram on the ground and have all these candles lit and be worshiping Lucifer and this and that. Just not doing the Father's will. Is anything outside of his will is of the enemy.
That's good. Hey, it's a book called Outwitting the Devil. And it's also a YouTube series where it's narrated out through verbiage. And one part in that, it says, most people think the devil's army is made up of, like you said, people, atheists and murderers, but he said it's made up of good people doing nothing.
Ooh. Oh my goodness. Send that to me. Send me the book. Send me the book and the YouTube thing. I got some books for you too before I go.
Yeah, put them on.
Jason Wilson. He's got a thing in Detroit where he teaches jiu-jitsu. You've probably seen his stuff go viral before. I read both of his books. He's got a third one coming.
Gotcha.
And I can't wait till it drops.
Tell them the first two, because they probably haven't read.
Cry Like a Man.
Yep.
And I think it's War Cry.
Okay.
Yeah, but just type him in and you'll find both of his books. Those are incredible books. The Ruthless Elimination of Hurry, an incredible book. Rich Dad Poor Dad, for all my brothers out here, you know, that's a classic.
Yeah, absolutely.
You know, for wealth and things like that. And
Ego is the Enemy.
What is it?
Ego is the Enemy.
Ooh.
By Ryan Holiday. Fathered by God by John Eldridge.
Let's go.
Yeah, it's some heat out there, man. Outwitting the Devil, that's by Napoleon Hill.
Okay.
Wow.
Now
Fathered
me
by
and my
God.
kids.
Yeah, that's
Yep.
good. Love and Respect by
Anything by him.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Man. So yeah, we gotta do this again, bro.
For sure. And with that being said, man, line I'm Roy, line I'm out.
Let's go.